West Side Chicago. You're on the show.
I appreciate it. I would say this. I have a degree in criminology, and I sense a lot of deceptiveness from the savages. I don't believe their story. They're older than me, and I can tell you right now, anybody who grew up in the 90s, they know about R. Kelly, and they knew about the type of things he did. And you have a lot of these like low-level black people in America who just want money. They chase clout. No decent parent is even going to bring their children around the music industry. Period.
Okay. Now allow them to respond. Hold on, Westside. Now allow them to respond to you.
You go ahead. I raised 3 girls.
JonJelyn, listen. That's the problem we have right now. A lot of people don't understand. JonJelyn.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand.
You're addressed. That's a man I'm talking to from Chicago. So I'm a man. I'm gonna talk back to you as a man. So here's the deal, brother. I understand what you're saying. I fully accept what happened with my daughter because I have master's degrees too. JonJelyn, she does have a master's degree, by the way.
And psychology.
So here's the deal. And we stand.
And you need to learn about narcissistic behavior.
JonJelyn, you got to let me talk. You're not talking to an uneducated man. You're not talking to an uneducated black female here. What I'm trying to tell you is that you saying the story doesn't add up. Go back and look at all the track records, and you'll see that everything we said today lines up with what we're saying right now.
Since 2017.
JonJelyn, please. When you have somebody lying before you, it does not add up. See, we didn't say we didn't know R. Kelly. We never heard R. Kelly records. When we said when it happened, we found knowledge of this, we put an end to this. And that's what we did. And when we found out it happened again, that's when we brought more things, like we went to the public. We tried to find out what's going on with our daughter.
We didn't go the first time.
JonJelyn, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So when we found out, that's what we did, brother. So when you talk intelligently about something, know the facts about it, because at the end of the day, we didn't put JonJelyn. Hold up, JonJelyn. Please. I understand you're frustrated about something, but you have to be able to talk intelligently with people. Here's the deal. You have to understand when you are doing things or you're saying things, make sure what you're saying is right. Me and my wife been married 28 years. Me and my wife also, her mother and father.
Hey, put your wedding ring on though.
Sir, you gonna let me talk or you talk? I allowed you to talk. You're gonna be intelligent. You say you're intelligent, so allow me to talk. You see what I'm saying? I didn't interrupt you while you was talking. That's intelligence. You say you got master's and bachelor's degrees, sir. You allow me to talk, as in a business setting. That's what we're talking right now. You're talking to intelligent people. That's what I'm trying to tell you, sir. So we talking about my wife, bachelor's and master's degree. We talking about her mother and father married for over 50 years. My mother and father married for over 50 years. So we talking about 2-parent household. So you're not talking about somebody that stayed in a family that didn't have a 2-parent household. My kids had 2-parent household, married for over 20 plus years. So here's the deal, sir. You have to go back and read your facts.
So okay, now what side? Hold on, Mr. Savage. Hold on, Mr. Savage. Hold on, Mr. Savage. You don't let Westside finish. You don't let him finish. Go ahead and finish your comment, Westside.
Well, I think you, Mr. I thank you, Mr. Storm.
Gotta let him finish.
Mr. Storm, I thank you for allowing me to come on your platform. You're a respectful host, brother. I just can't talk to them. They're just too out of control for me. I wish them well, though. I'm off the mic. Thank you.
You out of control. Because you got criminology, sir. You out of control.
Listen,
because you don't know me from Adam. JonJelyn, you out of control. I've been living this for 10 years.
JonJelyn, here's the deal. When you have a mother.
No, fuck that.
And see, that's when you have a mother.
Yeah, fuck that. You criminal R. Kelly predator fan.
When you have a wife, or my wife, when you have a mother that's concerned about her child, West Coast, he haven't been in that situation when a mother is concerned about a child. So you got to understand, she's gonna get frustrated. She's
gonna be frustrated. She is.
She birthed her child.
I know. That's yeah.
So if West Coast want to come back on, I will have an intelligent conversation with him because I'm a man. See, that's the one thing we got to understand. we're not going to sit here and not have an intelligent conversation. We're not going to do that. We're not going to disrespect this man's show, and we're not going to have this disrespect among each other. That's good business.
And she's welcome to come back. It's okay. She might have got a cool off. I understand that. Shanika, you on the air with Mr. Savage?
Okay, thank you so much, Storm. I love your show. I watch you all the time. I really appreciate you pulling me up. I wanted to say, first of all, like, all due respect, Mr. Savage, you and your wife y'all should have sat this one out, because there's so much stuff in the air about you and your wife with your daughter and everything else, things that your daughter has said and things that has went on. So I just feel like on this one, y'all should have really, because y'all up here trying to bash another mother and another
no, I'm not
father.
trying to bash
say the same thing. I mean, but you are definitely you are. You're sitting up here saying they're liars. We knew they were liars. Y'all saying y'all didn't know about what was going on with R. Kelly. That West Side dude was absolutely right. Everybody knew what was going on with R. Kelly. Period. Point blank. So for y'all to get up here and sit here, I never call in the shoulder nothing. But people be like, you sat here and said a whole bunch of nothing. You thought we could have an intelligent conversation. Just because you say a whole bunch of words, then put them together don't mean it's intelligent. Because you should have sat this one out. That's all I wanted to say. Storm, I really appreciate you. I love you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Y'all need to sit this one out, because you and your wife ain't got no room to talk.
Now respond, Mr. Savage. Go ahead, respond.
I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
I thank you for your comment, but setting something out, that's where we don't set the record straight, because people need to have intelligent conversations to get the facts out. If you go back and look at everything me and my wife has did, we always want to do this. Make sure my daughter was healthy, fine, and okay.
But that's not what we saw.
Are you gonna let me talk?
Hold on, you gotta let her respond.
You
Shanika,
right.
you gotta let her respond though. You gotta let her respond. You gotta let her respond.
Okay. So when we did the press conference in front of R. Kelly house, we were the parents that did this. It was over I'm gonna say over 300 to 400 cases of this man having this problem after we came out, of parents that did not come forward. So we are the parents that came forward. Now, here's the deal. I'm not saying that Robert should spend the rest of his life in jail. I'm the first parent, first guy to ever say, let's reopen this. Because
why would you want him to if you say he did what he did to your daughter?
Why would I say it?
Why would you want him in jail for the rest of his life if what he did to you? Like, why would you not? If he did something wrong to your child?
Storm,
you said you don't want Robert in
now
jail
let
for
her
the rest of his
respond
life.
again. Let him respond again.
Okay, so because you said, you don't want him in jail for the.
I didn't say it was Storm. I said it yesterday.
Hold on, Shanika. Let her respond.
We can't interrupt each other and have a good conversation.
Listen,
I said it again. If Robert, his cousin Levi came on Sunday. I said, from what I've seen from this exhibit from the government, this case need to be opened back up, because no man deserves to be put in jail if this is the case. I stand behind that 100%. I just found this out a couple days ago myself. When you see exhibits and these exhibits states what they are, I think that this case need to be opened back up.
Okay, hold on. Because you start talking and go, and I'm gonna be done for. Okay, no. Because hold on, Storm. Let me ask you.
Hold on.
I'm confused.
Hold on. But one last question though. Because we got a lot of people up asking one last question.
My question is, everything that your daughter has said and everything that y'all said, why y'all not up here talking about that? Why would you say you want a man out of jail who you say did these things to your daughter? Why would you allow your daughter around a guy like that? I'm a peace out Storm, because he bullshit, his wife bullshit. And
she's not allowing me to talk.
Goodbye. Okay. I'm not.
Okay. See, Storm, that's what we have.
Yeah, would you like to respond to that final comment?
I'm going to respond to that final comment. See, I didn't say R. Kelly was innocent. You didn't hear me say not one time and say the man was innocent. I said, JonJelyn, please. I said that this case needs to be opened back up. And that's the reason why. Because JonJelyn, please, it need to be opened back up due to the fact that new evidence come out. That's on any case, any law case. They don't come back and open a case up until they find new evidence to support what's going on. You have new evidence come out, and these documents should have been brought before the court. Now, I'm not the lawyer. I'm not the defense. They should have brought this up before the judge. Maybe the judge didn't allow it into the court. I'm not for sure. But what I do know is this was allowed in the court. It has a government exhibit, and it should have been led to the actual 12 jurors or 24 jurors that was there, period. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Shanna Speaks, you are up.
Hi, Storm. I love your channel as always. I have a couple of questions, and I'm gonna do my best not to be disrespectful. But okay, I've been watching this from the beginning, and my question to you is, first and foremost, when you and Angelo was getting this stuff together to put R. Kelly in jail and getting all the evidence together, do you not feel that you are accountable for helping put that man in jail?
Well, no, because let me explain why. Because when he went to jail off of what Angelo's child did, which was Azarel, or what other victims did. The Savages weren't involved. The Savage's daughter wasn't involved. Do I believe that my daughter is somewhat of a victim? Yes. But I have not, ma'am. I have not talked to my daughter. I haven't had a sit-down conversation with my daughter. And that's what I strive to do, to have a conversation with her.
Okay, I only got a couple questions, and I'm gonna get up out of here. So,
one more question.
Yeah, because the wife is in the background, and I don't want all that.
I apologize. She's upset. I apologize.
She's upset. That's But
okay. Thank you. So, with that being said, y'all set this thing up with R. Kelly, right? You can't not say you were not involved with that. You cannot say that you did not know about Angelo's part in this, because y'all both was the parents in this. So the question is, are you seriously telling the people that you believe that R. Kelly is innocent and that you want the case? I'm just going to finish the question, and then I'll let you. You want the case to be reopened, but you think he's a predator, and your daughter was misused by a predator, which your daughter is a grown woman, and she was of age when she got to R. Kelly. So that's my question.
Okay, thank you for asking the question. Here's the
Thank
deal.
you, Storm. I'll wait for his response.
Okay, here's the deal, ma'am. If you have a child that's over 18, 30, whatever, a woman that's being abused, I didn't think my daughter has been abused. I said, if you look at law doesn't look at what you think or assume. These exhibits are not what you think or assume. When the Clarys stays in Florida, the Savages stays in Atlanta, Georgia. When you have two different set of parents, you have two different households. I don't know what's going on in their household, but this exhibit just came forth now. This exhibit tells you what is going on for text message by text message by text message.
It paints a whole story.
When you have new evidence that's been brought forth, then you must go back and revisit this by law. I'm not standing on what hearsay or how my feelings are. I am saying that this man, it need to be looked back into. Do I think that he's guilty of some of the charges that he brought against him? Yes, because I have not seen my daughter until I talk to my daughter and hear from her to make sure she's fine, healthy, and okay. And she gives me her portion. See, this is what the other young lady said. I've talked to my daughter. I have not. I have not sit down since December of 2016 and had a conversation like we're having today as grown people.
Do you think there's a reason why your daughter don't want to talk to you? Do you think your daughter's embarrassed on how you treated her on the internet?
No, ma'am.
By showing all those pictures and display. Because I have a daughter. Hold on. I have a daughter. Hold on. I'm not going to argue with her. I have a daughter. And I would never show no pictures or let people know what is kind of sexual activities my child is in. We cannot sit here and act like you didn't do that on social media. You told people your daughter had herpes. You told all kind of information on your child. That's why y'all's child don't want to bother y'all. But thank you, Storm. Thank you, Storm. Thank you.
Thank you. And I let you respond to that.
JonJelyn, Ursula had herpes, and his exposed him.
JonJelyn, please let me Storm. I apologize because my wife is heated. Here, people, African American, not African American, but some people does not understand the logic behind this. If I, Tim Savage, did not come forth to try to find out the whereabouts of my daughter, we would not be in a situation where we are right now. That is correct. It wouldn't be no lifetime. It wouldn't be none of it. Because guess what? Our story always lines up. For her to say that if her daughter, she would talk about if her herpes, some type of venereal disease, or even just any type of sexual disease. That absolutely right, John. That ain't what got him locked up. But here's the deal, ma'am. If you are listening, if your child was 30 miles away and you had to expose someone for giving your daughter some, I guarantee you to see light, to make sure you see your daughter, you would do it. I promise. If you don't, then you're not your mother that's unfit to do that.
Big BVO opinion. Big Vi opinion. There we go.
Yo, what's up, Mr. Savage?
Hey man, what's going on? How you doing, brother?
All right. And I want to speak away from R. Kelly.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're a father, and I'm a father. I have one daughter.
Right.
And the approach, my thing is, I think if the approach about your daughter, your approach towards your daughter about this situation would have been different, her response would. I think the humiliation, the public platform, the media, the press conference, speaking about underneath her clothes, different things of that nature. I think that plays a part into her thought process.
No, it don't.
JonJelyn, please, JonJelyn. I don't want you to talk, JonJelyn.
And Mr. Savage, as a father, from a father to a father, and like you say, we know our daughters. As when you have a daughter as a man, you know what you do to your daughter. You are her first line of defense.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
When they go to college, what you supposed to do?
JonJelyn,
JonJelyn,
please, my wife is interrupting. I'm sorry, JonJelyn. Can you go upstairs?
Did you go to college?
JonJelyn, please. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As your daughter, when you have a daughter, you're supposed to model yourself in a way to where you
please.
No matter how old she get, do you agree, Storm? No matter how old you get in life, you gonna always be your daughter's father. No matter how old.
I agree with that, bro.
I agree with that.
Police report on campus.
JonJelyn, stop.
I agree with that.
I'm filed police report on campus. Go ahead.
Do you have any regrets about the initial approach to the situation, building that safe way for your daughter to come back to y'all?
Brother, let me explain something to you. I do. If you have war, right? War doesn't determine how the war, lose the war, whatever, right? Because war is war. And that's the way R. Kelly was with me, and I was with him because I was trying to find my daughter. I was trying to make sure she's fine, okay. Yes, do I apologize for some of the things that were done? Yes, sir, I do. But at the end of the day, we wouldn't be in this situation if we had to choose which way the war would be won, or which way. It was no winner here, by the way.
Okay.
It was just the fact the way that it was done. Yes, sir, I do agree with what you're saying.
You just made a good point, too. So you say we wouldn't be in this situation. But y'all daughter,
JonJelyn,
JonJelyn,
look at what you just said. We wouldn't be in this situation if we had to go this way.
Listen, bro.
Take what you just said.
I didn't say that. You're not listening. You're not listening.
Because
I said we went.
Tell anybody.
JonJelyn, are you gonna let me to talk, please?
It's hard.
Aaliyah. Okay, Aaliyah finally documentary came out, right? All those people, Javante, everybody finally told about what they saw, right? No, he didn't get arrested for Aaliyah until now. Because nobody spoke up. All black folks, our culture, needs to speak up.
She's right about one thing, brother. Nobody spoke up, and that's the reason why the man is where he's at now, because nobody can speak up and say, hey, man, is this guy really doing this or not? Now, you can't sit here and tell me, do you think R. Kelly did this? Yes or no?
You say nobody spoke up, right? But R. Kelly name has been in the media. R. Kelly name has been in the black community.
Nobody. It's gossip, brother. It's gossip. Nobody went. Okay, I'm gonna let you talk. I apologize. Go ahead.
Yeah, one last thing. I'm gonna let you wrap up, BVO. Then we got to move on.
Okay, R. Kelly name has been in the media, whether it's gossip or not. If you hear rumors, like anywhere, if you hear rumors, you know it's some truth to it, and it may not be fully true. But you say this situation could have solely been prevented because guess what? Your daughter didn't go out and find R. Kelly. Y'all introduced y'all.
That's where it happened. She did find. That's how. See, you're not listening. You didn't listen to the whole beginning of Storm's situation.
Thanks for having accountability.
Came our store. A female came in our store. You understand? Then you have somebody. See, Storm, this is what they don't understand. A woman came into our domain, talked to my daughter, said she had somebody by the name of Kevin Giles that came to us. Then Kevin Giles worked for R. Kelly. We don't know his whole predator, how he go about searching for women or how he searched for girls. So at the end of the day, I'm like a lamb. Everybody else, he's the goddamn lion out there. He knows exactly what moves he needs to make to bring.
And it sounds like he was a recruiter, is what it sounds like he was.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So, and where people don't understand, this will still be going on today if we didn't speak up. But I'm not saying, this is what people are not understanding. When you have law, and the law states that if evidence comes about, it needs to be brought forward. You gotta abide by the law. The same thing. Donald Trump was the same way.
Dominique mom didn't say nothing.
JonJelyn. Come on, Mahogany Chanel. How you doing?
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even know.
You good. You on with Mr. Savage. What's your question?
Okay, so I was confused earlier because I heard you say that they paid you a $15,000 stipend or a $1,500 stipend.
No, ma'am, they only paid a $1,500 or $2,000 stipend.
We didn't get paid.
That was
show. First of all.
So we did not get paid.
They
no
stole my show.
I said I make my personal money. I make about $20 a month.
Oh, okay, all right. So why did y'all do it? Just to like get the word out, or was it like out of the kindness of your heart? What was the point?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, because it was. Let me explain. I'm glad you asked that, because when we first to Jim, right? BET turned us away. Our Kelly lawyers was trying to stop this. So instead of trying to bring my daughter and have her to talk to me, his lawyers reached out and trying to stop wherever we was trying to get the word out. So BuzzFeed picked it up, and that thing came Monroe. So he really could have just reached out to us and really, got our daughter where we could sit down and have a conversation with her. That's.
Thank you, Mahogany. Thank you for coming up.
All right. Oh, can I ask one more thing?
Well, one more thing quickly though.
Yes,
okay. I think you went over it, but I didn't really understand. Are you close to JonJelyn at all? Because she is almost 30. So why wouldn't she be talking to y'all if R. Kelly's in jail?
Well, the deal, man. We haven't, JonJelyn, please. We have not seen our daughter or talked to our daughter since we was in Chicago. That's the last time, but we really hadn't seen December 2016.
They still have rules.
And they still
but we can make
have
it
some
clear that you
enablers
guys
that
were
still.
close before she. We can make it clear you guys were close before she went off. Okay.
We was very close. Close knit family.
Can you speak on what you do for a living, or is it kept secret?
Well, I'm a finance manager. I deal with automotives, and I'm a finance manager for a dealership.
Gotcha.
So I deal with, I make decent money and I treat people right.
Okay. Ashley B, you are on with Mr. Savage.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I was just, first of all, to Tim and your wife, I want to apologize. I've been reading the comments all night. People are just so judgmental, insensitive. They don't even try to look at the facts. I think it's basically pretty much everything everyone's heard from the media, and they made their conclusions. I don't think it's off fact. I just think it's all off of emotion pretty much. I understand why your wife is upset, because you give birth to somebody, you raise them, you sacrifice for them, you do everything you can for them. And then all these people just talking about how much of a horrible parent you are. So I absolutely understand why she is feeling the way she feels right now. You got the whole world judging you. They really don't know anything. So I just wanted to say, I'm sorry to her, and I do feel you guys' pain on that part. And I just really wanted to ask you guys, do you think it was a situation where it was part truth, part lie, as far as you guys' story was completely truthful, but then you got some stories that were not truthful, and that the media and the powers that be purposely mixed everything together like this to purposely create this confusion to get him locked up for their own reasons? Do you feel like that is what happened?
That I think that is have some play into it. I know that I tell people all the time, Ashley, that I'm that person that tries to treat people the way they want to be treated at the end of the day, and I try to tell the truth, no matter what the situation is.
Susan Logan a lot of people.
Did Mr. Savage, did she want to sit back down and answer the question?
Oh man, my wife is definitely
Susan Logan has settled a lot of young minors cases.
Yeah, she was telling about Susan Logan has.
That you all would never hear about women in the hood of Chicago.
Absolutely. Susan Logan has.
You would not hear about those.
You'd never hear about those cases that she has settled over the 20 or plus years that Rob has been. And
no, I don't trust everybody in the documentary. No, I do not.
She 100% right. She does not trust everybody in the documentary.
That's why we didn't do Dr. Phil, because I exposed one of the liars.
She 100% right.
Spitting fire, you're up with Mr. Savage.
Hey, how you doing, Storm?
Good. How you doing?
All right, Tim, you gonna talk to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Let's talk.
Okay, let's get it. So there was a meeting that you had with your lawyer in the church with Jamal Bryant.
Yes, of course. Jamal Bryant is my pastor. Go ahead.
Yeah, and your lawyer at the time, I think it was Gerald Griggs, was in this meeting with you.
Gerald's still
he's still your lawyer. That's right.
Yeah.
And so in that meeting, he said something the fact of, when you first came in this office, there wasn't much he can do because the women were of age. And then he went on to say that you guys had to change the narrative. And then
I'm glad you said it.
Yes. Yeah. So do you want to speak on that, changing the narrative, and what does that mean?
Thank you, Spin.
Well, I can't speak directly for what that means because it didn't come out of my mouth, right? But what I can say, when he say change the narrative, he need to understand how it went about. JonJelyn met with R. Kelly, or how these things, because people were saying that we sold our daughter. And the narrative, that's not true. We never had no entity of selling. R. Kelly never gave me no. R. Kelly did nothing but treated me and my wife nice at the beginning. Only thing we was concerned about is that we could not speak with our daughter. We couldn't hear from her. We couldn't make sure she was okay, and we still haven't had that possibility to do that. And I'm eager to talk with her. I promise you. So when he says something like that, that's what I think he meant, because I can't talk for him because he's not here. But what I can say, that's what I think he meant.
Thank you,
well,
Spitting
he was
Fire.
saying, I just have to clear this up real quick, Storm. What he was saying was when the pastor asked him to speak, he was saying there wasn't nothing he can do because they was of age. So he wasn't really talking about you're not having a conversation with your daughter. He was talking about the narrative of the fact that they were supposed to have been underage, which wasn't true in your daughter's case.
Right. That's what we're talking about. See, everybody don't understand. I don't know why people don't understand this. My daughter was of age, which is true. But at the end of the day, do I not have the right to know that my daughter's okay? Do I not have the right to make sure that she's fine, healthy, and okay? That's where anybody, if you had some 20 women that was kept in a closet, you would still need to find out what those 20 women are and make sure they're okay. Because they're not kids, that don't mean you don't need to know that they're fine and healthy and okay. Man, come on now.
Brooklyn for kills. You were up with Mr. Savage.
Hi, excuse me. Hi, Storm. How are you?
I'm good. How are you tonight?
Okay, I'm a little nervous because I don't usually get on people platforms. But to see Mr. Savage up there, I couldn't miss this opportunity.
No worries, man.
I have a couple of things. I want to know exactly what are you guys outraged of Mr. Kelly being so guilty about? Throughout this whole trial, you guys keep seeing all of these underage young ladies, but it wound up being Azriel. And as we see now, her mother, with all of these text messages, lied and said that this girl was 18. Your daughter was of age. So I really don't understand what is the outrage between you and Mr. Kelly. You keep yelling out your daughter was raised in a 2-family household. As we can see, it's very dysfunctional. You can't even tame the lady that's standing behind you. So I could imagine what kind of household that was. We all Black people here on this platform right now, and we know y'all not upscale. Y'all kids have already been out in the street with other men. I want to know why Clary didn't go after the guy that he claims his daughter was trying to kill herself. That would have been something that somebody, a father that's concerned about their child, go behind and really make a fuss about. You guys are doing all of this stuff for absolutely no reason. And y'all keep bringing up one more thing before you stop me. With the Aaliyah situation, everybody keep bringing up R. Kelly with Aaliyah. I have seen Aaliyah with Jay-Z, Damon Dash, a host of other people, and ain't nobody saying nothing about that. But because you guys seen and Aaliyah died saying she didn't have no dealings with R. Kelly in that matter, but y'all gonna make her have sexual or marriage and all of these things with him. You guys are wrong. Y'all all gonna burn in hell behind this shit.
Okay. I want to let you respond to that. We can't start saying people gonna burn the hell now. You gotta let him respond. You gotta let him respond.
And see, ma'am, that's what the difference is. You know, I don't know if you have a young adult or a child of age or anything like that. That doesn't change the way you feel about them because they get to be 18, 19, 20, 21, 25. It doesn't change how you feel about them. I never put myself in the same situation as the Clarys. I've always stated as one thing and one thing only. I wanted to make sure my daughter was fine, healthy, and okay. And I still don't have that answer today. Until I have that answer, ma'am, as a father and as my wife, you know, we're not gonna stop until we make sure our daughter is fine and okay. And for you to answer and state that my wife is upset, of course. Would you not be upset if you birthed a child and you have not been able to talk to her in over 7 years? Would you not be upset? Just if you had a child that you couldn't talk to in over 7 years, you would be upset. And things could make you get upset. Things could make you have a little hot head. And you know,
Mr.
we are
Savage.
all human.
We gonna leave that there. We gotta move on because baby, they packing out the back. I appreciate you though, Brooklyn. We gotta leave that there.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
All right, True Strong. I can't read your whole name, but you up.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I was just wanting to say hi, Tim. Hi, JonJelyn, and I wanted to let you guys know that I support you. But I mean, it's like it's a lot of comments going on, and let's not just act like Azriel. She just said Azriel was the only minor that he was convicted
She wasn't
of.
the only minor, right?
No, you had Geronda, Alexis, Azriel, Stephanie, Paulina, Rashonda, Brittany, Tracy, and Nia. They were all minors.
Absolutely.
And let's be clear, it was proven in court that he did marry Aaliyah. Hell, R. Kelly admitted to it in his mitigation report during the sentencing and everything. So let's not do this.
Miss Truth, here's the deal. Some people are not gonna sit down and want to have a legit conversation to where they can't separate the man from the music. If R. Kelly never exists, R. Kelly never exists, but Robert Sylvester Kelly did, what would you think different about him if you never known him for his music? And see, that's what people are not listening to. You know, if you just saw him just a plain Joe out on the street, would you see him the same way what you seeing now? You say lock his ass up. But I say the same thing. I have not heard from my daughter. I say this to say that if new evidence has come out, I think it need to be relooked at. That's all I'm saying.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.